Hello, today we're going to be using these three colors to make something look like it is folding. This is great for your projects when you're making something look three-dimensional or having form by using value. Now we are actually technically not using value here because we are using hue. Hue is just a fancy word for color, but we're going from one color on the color wheel to another color on a color wheel. And when we're talking about hue, we aren't talking in terms of light and dark because light and dark is reserved for value. We could talk about strongest and weakest, okay? That's kind of the easiest way to talk about it. So my red-orange would be my strongest color, and then my yellow would be my weakest color because my red-orange, if it has a chance, it will take over my yellow, and it will overwhelm the yellow to the point that it won't be seen anymore. So that's why I kind of use strongest and weakest color. You might be using other colors. You might be doing different hues of green or blue, or you might be going from red to violet. You can use any colors on the color wheel that are next to each other. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my yellow. And let's go ahead and make a ribbon, okay? Or a piece of, like a strip of paper that looks like it is going up and down. So I need to think about my the end of my line, my contour line, is going to be a straight line, but the top and the bottom of my contour lines of this object are going to be a curved line. It's going to go up and down, up and down. And it's going to go as long as you want it to go, okay? Then you're going to go ahead and stop and end that. Now, when you do the bottom edge of your object, it has to match the top edge. So if I went up, my bottom edge has to go up. Let me show you what I mean. Now I have to go up and down. See how I followed that? Up and down. Just like that, okay? Now, our next decision is we have to decide which of these is going to be higher up on the paper. Which one is going to be closer to us? And I'm going to go ahead and say that just to help us understand, whenever the bump is higher, that is going to be higher up on the paper. You can easily flip-flop this, but you just have to be consistent. So if I'm going to make this part higher, and this is my weakest color, I'm going to start by coloring from the top to the bottom, vertical lines, just the part where my curve line goes up, the highest parts of my curve line, okay? So then I go to my next one and color the highest part of my curve line. Keep going on. Okay. Now I'm going to take my strongest color. Of my three colors, which one is my strongest? And now I'm going to color the part that is the lowest, the part of the curve line that goes down. And I'm going to color that part in, leaving space between my two colors. Okay. Now with my orange, my middle color, I'm going to fill in those spaces, but I want to kind of let them overlap the colors next to them. See how I overlapped that? I want to leave some of my strongest color alone, some of my weakest color alone, but most of it is overlapping it. Do you see how it's starting to look like it's going up and down, up and down? Okay. Now, my colors are on top of each other, and I just want to do one last little thing to really make it look like the colors are just blending in. I'm going to take my yellow and go completely across it, all the way across all of the colors. And what that does is it softens all the colors and it makes it look like the colors are blending into each other. The secret to using color to make something look like it has form, to make something look like it's three-dimensional, is to have it so that you can't really tell where one color starts and another color ends. Oops, I broke my crayon. Now I have two. Okay. Now, if I really wanted to get into this, I might even add a little bit of shadow underneath. And I'm going to think about where the color is hitting it. And if the color is coming straight down on top because it's hitting this part first, then I'm thinking about how my shadow would be. And I'm just adding a tiny bit of gray underneath like this. I'm not going to make it significant because we're just playing around here and figuring out a new idea and a new technique. But it does really make it pop off the paper. So that is how you take something and you make it look like it's moving or it's bending up and down. Okay? Thank you for drawing with me today.